good morning. Okay, children, today I am going to take social for 8th class. So we are in lesson 3. What is the name of the lesson, children? Earth movements and seasons. Earth movements and seasons. Okay, in last session we have done half part of this lesson, like how the seasons will be changing and how day and night pauses and how many seasons are there. Yeah. So like this we have studied in the last session. So today we will continue with the remaining part. That is page number 36. And children, you have sent me the homeworks. Very good. Keep doing the homeworks like that only and send it to the school mail ID. Okay, we are in page number 36, children. The Earth's tilt and revolution around the sun. Okay, the Earth revolves around the sun while rotating around its own axis. So Earth will be revolving around the sun. Yes, the Earth revolves around the sun while rotating around its own axis. When the Earth rotates around the sun with its own axis, as I told you, the axis will be there in the middle of the globe. So with the help of this, it rotates. That is, it spins like a top and at the same time keep moving forward around the sun. So at the same time, what the Earth does, children, it will move like a top. As you know the top, yes, it will be moving, it will be rotating like a top. And when it is rotating, it will be moving forward towards the sun. The motion of the Earth around the sun is called revolution. The motion of the Earth which rotates around the sun is called as the revolution. Okay. Each revolution takes about 365 days and 5.56 hours. So each revolution, to rotate one revolution, to take one turn, it will take 365 days. 365 days and 5.56 hours to complete one revolution. Okay, to complete one revolution, it will take 365 days. Okay, children, to complete one rotation, it will take 24 hours. Whereas to complete one revolution, it takes 365 days. This is the length of the year on the Earth. This is the length of the year on the Earth. How does this cause the formation of seasons on the Earth? So when it is taking 365 days to take one revolution, how does the seasons form? How does seasons form? Had the Earth just gone around the sun, it would have meant that a place would have had the same seasons throughout the year. The portion that get more sunshine would keep getting throughout the year in the same way and vice versa. But this is not so, because the axis of Earth's rotation is inclined, slanting and points in the same direction throughout the year. What do you mean by inclined axis? Inclined axis means the axis will be little slanting and this will be going on rotating throughout the revolution. The Earth goes around the sun on a regular path, also called orbit. Okay. The earth goes around the sun on a regular path, also called orbit. On a level plane is open space. This is called the orbital plane. The earth's axis of rotation does not stand vertically, that is forming a 90 degrees angle on this plane, but is tiled on it so as to form a 66.5 degrees angle. In other words, it is tiled by the 23.5 degrees, that is 90 degrees minus 66.5 degrees is equals to 23.5 degrees. To understand this idea, look at the following pictures. Okay, next. As Earth revolves around the sun, the Earth's axis remain tiled in the same direction throughout the year. The axis remains in the same place in the slanting position as the Earth rotating. When the Earth is rotating, the axis will be in the same position. It keeps pointing to the pole star, which can be seen in the northern sky in the night. And this is called the polarity of axis. In this picture, you can see it keeps on pointing to the pole star, which can be seen in the northern sky in the night, and it is called as a polarity of the axis. In the pictures you can see children, what happens when the earth goes around the sun in this manner. During some months, June to June, the northern hemisphere is tiled towards the sun. So during some months, like in the month of June, the northern hemisphere, this part, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, okay, when this is rotating, the northern part will come opposite to the sun. The northern part comes opposite to the sun, then it will be very hot for us. During some months, the northern hemisphere is tiled towards the sun, while in some months, the northern hemisphere faces the sun. As a result, when the northern hemisphere has summer, southern hemisphere axis has its winter. When the 6 months later, December, the position changes. Northern hemisphere has winter and southern hemisphere has summer. So when it is rotating, okay children, when it is rotating, for example, sun is here and the rays are falling like this. Sun rays are falling. So when the sun rises are falling, that part will have summer. It will be very hot. Okay, that part will be summer. The opposite side, for example, if it is a northern side, the southern side of this part will be the winter. Okay, for 6 months it will be like this. For 4 to 6 months it will be like this. And then when it is rotating, this part will go that side and that part will come this side. So that time there will be summer for southern hemisphere and winter for northern hemisphere. Okay. You can observe the picture children. If you see the picture, you will clearly understand how this revolution takes place. Okay. Imagine that the earth goes around the sun when its axis is not tiled. How will affect the change of seasons in Telangana? How will affect the change of season in the northern regions, whose photographs you saw in the beginning of the chapter? Temperature belts on the earth. Let us see how the effect of the tilt of the axis combines with the spherical shape of the earth to influence distribution of solar heat over the earth. We saw earlier that when the solar rays strikes the earth's surface, they fall straight in portions which face the sun directly and fall at the angle as you move away from that portion. So as we have earlier we have seen that when the sun rays falls directly to the particular portion and it falls at the angle, so we may as you may away from that portion, so it will be very hot where the sun rises falls directly to the particular portion. The angle keeps increasing as we move towards the two poles. The angles which will be increasing as this will be moving towards the two poles. As a result, it is hotter in the areas which face the sun directly and less hot in the areas that receives the sun rays at an angle. So, as a result, the place where the sun rays falls directly, for example, this is direct here. So, this place will be very hot. This place will be little hot because as it falls, the angle of the rays will be changing. The angle of the rays which goes directly, the sun rays which is directed to the particular place, that place will be very hot and the remaining place will be little less. The little less hot will be there. Okay. The place where directly the sunrise falls, it will be very hot and the rest of the place will be little hot. As a result of the tilt of the axis, the area which faces the sun directly keeps the shifting throughout the year. In March, the sun shines directly over the equator. So as a result, when it is sunrise falling directly, it will be keep moving. It will be keep on moving. And in the month of March, the sun shines directly over the equator. Directly over the equator, while in June it shines directly over the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. As you all know that this is the equator. Okay. So in the month of March, if the sun rays directly falls on the equator. Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. So now Tropic of Cancer will be here. Then in September, as the earth travels further around the sun shines directly over the equator. In December, it shines over the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. So it will be like this. In this way it will be moving. Thus you can see that there is a belt within which the direct rays of the sun fall at the same time of the year or the other. This belt extending from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn is called the tropical belts. Okay. This belt gets the maximum heat energy from the sun. June 21st, sun on the Tropic of Cancer. March 21st to September 23rd, sun will be on the equator. The sun rays will be on the equator. December 22nd, sun rays will be on the Tropic of Capricorn. On March 21st and September 23rd, throughout the world, the day and night are equal in size. So you can observe this, children. On March 21st and September 23rd, throughout the world, the day and night will be equal in size. The hours will be equal. So these are called equinoxes. As we move northwards or or southwards of the tropical belt, we reach a region where it gets warm in summer but also very cold in winters. This is the temperate zone. The northern portion of this region gets snowfall in winter. Okay, if you move further north or south of the temperate belt, you will reach the polar region. So when you move towards the temperate belts of north or south, you will reach the polar regions, south polar region and north polar region. The seasons in this region are very peculiar. This region is away from the sun during winter months. So when you reach to these regions, the season in that regions will be very peculiar. Like this region is away from the sun during winter season. During winter season, this area, that region will be far away from the sun and does not get any sunshine in the day, and also they won't get any sunshine during the daytime. That is, for 6 months there is no sunshine on the poles. So there will be no sunshine on the poles for 6 months. For the next 6 months, it constantly faces the sun throughout the 24 hours of the day. So next 6 months there will be constant sun rays over the place throughout 24 hours of a day. Thus there is no night or darkness. A place which has 6 months of day and 6 months of night. So here 6 months it will be very dark. There will be no sunshine throughout the day. And after 6 months you can see that there is the sunshine throughout the day and night. So there will be no darkness. There will be no darkness at night also. So that region will have 6 months night and 6 months day. Okay, 6 months they have complete darkness and 6 months they have complete brightness. A place which has 6 months of day and 6 months of night, even during the day, it gets very slanting rays of the sun. So this is a place where 6 months of day and 6 months of night. So in the winter time they will get very slanting rays. The sun does not rise high in the sky but only stays just above the sunrise point, also called the horizon. So it never gets very hot. So for 6 months it is freezing cold. So cold that an entire ocean, the Arctic Ocean, remains frozen throughout the year. So cold that the soil becomes frozen like a hard rock and roots of trees can't penetrate them. So trees just can't grow in this region because there is no proper sunlight. So trees won't grow there. When the sun appears for 6 months, the snow melts, part of the sea also melts. So throughout the 6 months there is full darkness, there is no sunshine. So all the region has become into a snow. So after that 6 months, again when the sun shines, the snow melts slowly. The snow melts slowly, part of the sea also melts. Small plants like moss, lichen and some flowering plants grow. So after 6 months when the sun shines, small plants like these plants, they will grow. Okay, this is what about the lesson, that is earth movements of the season. And in the last session I told you to write all the question answers, children. So have you all written all the question answers? So let us have a quick revision of this lesson. The earth rotates itself on its axis from west to east is known as the earth's rotation. The earth takes 24 hours time to complete one rotation. So to complete one rotation, how many hours it will take, children? It will take 24 hours to complete one rotation. How many days it will take to complete one revolution? Yes, 365 days and 5 5.56 hours. Okay, while rotating itself, the earth also revolves around the sun on its orbit. This is known as Earth's revolution. The earth takes 365 days and 56 hours to complete one revolution. So remember this, children, to complete one rotation, it will take 24 hours. Okay, and to complete one revolution, it will take 365 days and 5.56 hours. This is what about rotation and revolution. When there is a rotation, what will form children? Yes, rotation, day and night. It will form day and night. And for revolution, seasons. Understood? Yes. Day and night are occurred because of the Earth's rotation. As I told you, day and night occur because of the rotation. Because of Earth's revolution, there is varying lengths of the day and night, seasons, and causing oceans and changes in the altitude of the midday sun. Next, because of the axis of Earth's rotation, it is inclined 23.5 degrees of angle, slanting and pointing in the same direction throughout the year. There is a seasonal difference in between northern and southern hemisphere. As I told you, there will be the difference in the northern and southern hemisphere. Seasons will be different. When there is summer in northern hemisphere, it will be winter in southern hemisphere. When there is winter in southern hemisphere, there will be summer in northern hemisphere. Okay. Then the sun rays fall in right angle 90 degrees at the equator and starts while going towards the both north and south poles. The sun rays fall vertically on the equator in March and September, on the Tropic of Cancer in June, and on the Tropic of Capricorn in December. The Earth's surface area in between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called tropical belt. When we move to north and south directions from the tropical belt, we can find moderate temperature, temperate belt. When we move, because of the axis of the earth is inclined, there is daytime for 6 months and night time for 6 months in the polar regions. Okay, this is a quick revision of this lesson, children. Now, can you relate what are the major seasons you have seen? What are the major seasons which we have studied in this lesson, children? Yes, I can relate that there are 3 major seasons. They are summer, rainy and winter season. What are the 3 major seasons, children? Summer, rainy and winter. Can you describe the changes that happen in each season? How hot it gets, how much it rains, what happens to the plants, trees and animals, what food you get to eat, etc. There are 3 seasons in our country. They are summer, winter and rainy seasons. The following table describes about the things given in the above questions. So let us see. Aspects: summer, winter and rainy. Temperature: very high, so that hot seasons. In summer it will be very hot. In winter, low temperature. There will be very less temperature, so that cool climate. And rainy season, not high or low temperature, so that moderate temperature. Now next one is rain. In summer, in very hot days, all evening there will be a unconventional rainfall. In winter, no rains occur in winter. But in our state, there will be cyclones in the months of November and December. And in rainy season, there is rain by southwest monsoon. Next, about plants. Plants will dry up in summer, isn't it? Then plants will be grow in winter, and in rainy season also plants grow. Trees, about trees. Trees in our area drop their dried leaves. Trees, very big leaves. What will happen in summer, children? Yes, they'll shed their leaves. They shed their leaves. They drop their leaves in summer season. And in winter, new leaves comes from the branches. In winter, new leaves comes from the branches. In rainy season, trees are full of green leaves and grow with full strength. So these are the things which happens in the different seasons. About animals. We'll see about animals. In summer, they become lean because of no sufficient grass to eat. Milk production is reduced. So in summer, some of the animals will become very lean. Why? Because there is no sufficient grass for them to eat. Because of the sun heat, because of the heat, the grass dried up. So there is no grass for them. So they are not able to eat grass and they will become lean. And there is no production of milk. There is no production of milk. Then in winter, they become healthy. In winter, the animals will become healthy and there is sufficient milk production. Because they eat grass and everything and they will be healthy and they will give a lot of milk. So there is a sufficient production of milk. And in rainy season, there is sufficient grass to eat so that animals become strong and healthy. So in rainy season also there will be a lot of grass, plenty of grass for them to eat and they will become healthy. And next is about food. In summer, rice, vegetables, milk and fruits, mostly cool drinks, ice creams, etc. So in summer we will have rice, vegetables, milk and fruits, mostly cool drinks, ice creams, isn't it? So in winter, what do we prefer? Yes, we prefer rice, wheat, vegetable, fruits, milk, mostly hot drinks like tea and coffee. And in rainy season, rice, vegetables, fruits, milk, etc. mostly take hot food. So this is what about each aspect and what will happen in each season. Find out if there is anyone in the class who has lived in distant places where the seasons are different. Get them to describe what happens there. In my class, one student named Bharat came from Dehradun. Okay. He is staying with his grandparents. His parents are in Dehradun. He told that the seasons there are entirely different from us. So the seasons in Dehradun is entirely different from our place. They have heavy winters. Let us listen to his words. My name is Bharat. I came here from Dehradun, which is at the feet of the Himalayas. Dehradun is at the feet of the Himalayas. We feel sweat during summer. Even though we have less temperature, even though they have less temperature there, they feel sweating there. Rains are too heavy during the rainy season. Coming to winter season, wow, it is too cold. Hot water should be used every task in daily life. It will be very cold for tasks like every daily life, like washing vessel, washing clothes. For this purpose also they use hot water. Warm water is used for drinking. We feel sunlight only after 8 AM. We must use inners, sweaters, mufflers, caps, socks and gloves. So because of that cold in winter they have to use all these things. but our area is very beautiful. So Bharat says that he is from Dehradun and it is the climate is very like in winter it is very cold, but he compares that place and our place and says that our area is very beautiful. Okay, look at the pictures carefully and answer the following questions. So in the textbook we have seen a picture with the 4 trees, isn't it? So about that some questions. Do you think the trees observed in the pictures are same or different? Yes, the trees are in the above pictures are single. What are the changes you can see in the trees? I can see the following changes in the trees in the above picture. In the first tree, it is covered with snow and greenery is decreased. Hence, I can see this is the situation in the winter season. In the second tree, it is fully grown and very greenish. It seems it is the rainy season. In the third tree, it is dropped its leaves which are dried up. Hence, I can say that it is a situation in the summer season. In the last tree, its surroundings are dried up, but its leaves are green in color. Hence, I can say it is the transition period in between winter and summer. So, you will have to attempt all the question answers, children. And one more question, look at the globe and find out the names of countries which are south to the equator. Mapping skills and picture reading and abilities. So, here to Asia, Indonesia, Africa, Angola, Zaire, Tanzania, Zambia, Namibia, South Africa, etc. Europe, we can see no countries found south of equator. In the North America, we can see no countries are found south of equator. In South America, Brazil, Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay. In Australia, we can see Australia and New Zealand. Did you find any continent which is located entirely to the north of the equator? Yes, I found 2 continents. They are North America and Europe. Did you find any continent which is located entirely to the south of the equator? Yes, I found only 2 continents. They are Australia and Antarctica. Okay, did you find any continent which is spread on both the north and the south of the equator? Yes, that is South America, Africa and Asia. Can all the students of the class write down 3 questions related to this magic of seasons? We will try to find answers for them. Why is summer season climate is very hot? Why there is snowfall in winter? And how heavy rains occur in rainy season? For these 3 questions you will have to give related answers, children. Find out if Telangana falls on the tropical belt or in the temperate belt. So there are so many questions, children, which you have to answer. Like next question will, how will it affect the change in seasons in the northern region, whose photograph you saw in the beginning of the chapter? Then, do you think there is any correlation between the crops grown in your region and the seasons? Find out by discussing with your elders and find friends and write it. Write a short essay on it. Why do you think does Telangana not receive any rainfall during winter months? We have a rainy season. How do you think it is related to the movement of the earth and the pattern of sun's rays? Does it occur in the summer or winter or in the seasons in between? So many question answers are there, children. You will have to attempt all the question answers. which is there in the textbook and in the workbook. Some of the questions are there. You have to answer that in the workbook itself. Okay children, so write the homework, complete your homework, complete your classwork and send it to the school mail ID, that is myschoolmyhomework@gmail.com. Okay children, till then take care children, do the work and send it. Have a nice day children, bye.